Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Hashem HaKadosh, the bonus the elder apostles, the great millstone that rule well, and Shalom to the brothers doing right, sharing the truth, pushing this word to the four corners. One sec. Yeah, I saw this in Ireland, and it's interesting because the universal basic income discussion's been happening for like over a decade, and they've had like little trials. But I find it more interesting just in and around in the UK, because we got the digital ID basically up and running for vets, and then more general versions of it that are going to be pushed out over time as well. Which then is it's interesting timing, because I read it some Business Insider. It says Ireland plans to make $1,500 a month basic income for artists permanent, which is interesting just because obviously it's specified to artists, and I think the way they specified what an artist is was kind of restrictive. But okay, let me read a bit into it. So it says, as Ireland's $1,500 a month basic income pilot program for creatives nears its end in February, officials have to answer a simple question: is it worth it? With 4 months to go, they say the answer is yes. Earlier this month, Ireland's government announced its 2026 budget, which includes a successor to the pilot basic income scheme for the arts to begin next year. So the interesting thing about these, it's always like, because it's the same thing with, the digital ID. They started that off with, they launched it like last week. The app specified for military veterans to get like a bunch of their benefits they get just in general within the app. And then again, there's like various different little aspects of government, because I think it's like probably eventually they might get to where it's like, okay, you can deal with your taxes, have your passport on there. But then they've said what was it? It was getting a job, proof to work, proof of stay in the UK to rent and get a place and open a bank account. But then all these little things, little government programs, they can all just over time be accumulated in there, because the whole point of when you hear Tony Blair talking about introducing this technology, it's basically to combine all those things, collapse them all in together to be like, it can make it more efficient, make it more cohesive, easier to understand, easier to use, which it may well be, but then that will also mean it's looking for what? It's looking to have a reign of control over it. And us knowing the prophecies, we know the mark's coming. So with that mark, then it's like, okay, then that just basically is like the train, the rails, it's a train merging into a separate set of rails where everything's been lined up. It's all you need to do is flick the switch and it'll switch the tracks. And then because it's basically run on the same kind of system, it's it's in an app. You have it in a implantable device, in your hand or your forehead, and then you have all those things available to you. So it says earlier this month, Ireland. Oh wait, no, I already read that one. So it says Ireland is just one of many places experimented with guaranteed basic income programs, which provide recurring, unrestricted payments to people in a certain demographic. These programs differ from a universal basic income, which would provide payments for an entire population. And I think pretty much all of the programs that have been done so far have been specific to a not demographic. What would the term be? Specific to a location. It'll be like a city. It's not been like there's. I don't think there's anyone that's done it for like countrywide. But then that's always what the discussion's about, and a big part of like the AI discussion is what do you call it, saying that what's it called, like AI is gonna, erase certain jobs, and as those jobs are gonna be erased guaranteed, you then need something there to cut for people to kind of jump on. Otherwise, it's gonna be a wrap. And universal basic income then means that, rather than putting a cap on, what's it called, universal, rather than putting a cap on, like developing these technologies so people can maintain their jobs, deal with it like what they call it, the third industrial revolution, I think is what it's referred to as. They're basically just going to keep it in that vein, and then be like, look, we just push it. As long as we adapt society towards it, then it's all good. But what does it say? Basic income programs of all kinds have been around for a long time, but have seen renewed interest since the C-19 pandemic and the onset of the AI revolution. Some of the world's top AI leaders have called for such programs to alleviate the loss of income in the future if the technology. Well, that's just what I was saying. That's kind of, and they're presenting these things as if it's like just a natural progression or development of what what you can kind of expect, from life going forward. But then, as far as that's only because these men are what do you call it? That's only because these men are pushing towards those things, and really, it's prophecy. It's what the Most High desires. So Ireland first launched its basic income pilot program in 2022, when some 2,000 artists began receiving a weekly stipend, €325, or about $370. Although officials initially scheduled a pilot program to end this August, Patrick O'Donovan, the Minister for Culture, Communications and Sport in Ireland, extended to February 2026. Citizens who participated in the pilot program said the payments improved their daily lives. A report published by Ireland's government in May said the payments reduced financial stress, allowed for professional growth, and boosted mental health. And yeah, the thing is there's not benefits to having that kind of buffer, but then the truth of the matter with these schemes is it then just keeps people even more reliant upon the system, and that's really what the main kind of approach, the main kind of like way I kind of look at it is they are definitely just pushing that shit with that in mind. Kind of funny still, because it's Esau doing it, then just is because of what his goals are at the end. That's how it's wickedness, man. But read this, 2 Corinthians 11:14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. And that's really how it is with a lot of these things that these schemes, these different things that the elite are co-signing, that Esau Edom's doing. It's basically a green light to it's a green light as far as in people's minds for them to think like, this guy, he's just, the just and the good. But then the trap of that is the end goal, man. When you get to the end of the track and it switches over, you realize, okay, you're fucked. You're stuck within the realms of what he's pushing. But yeah, just a quick one. Shalom.